Hi, my name is Robert. Please read the comments in the About section of this video. It has valuable information and updates. My YouTube channel has a disclaimer video that I encourage you to watch. And please like, share, and subscribe. I hope you found what you're looking for. Thank you very much for watching. I'm going to do another round on this starting your car and not letting it sit to warm up business. I'm really following the instructions of the owner's manual. And when I say warm up, I know people that go outside, they start their car, and they let that vehicle sit and idle 5 to 10 minutes. Now, when you start a car, and that idle jumps up around 1,000 to 1,100 RPMs, that means that your engine is cycling 1,000 times in a minute. 30 seconds, it has cycled 500 times. 15 seconds, it has cycled 250 times. If your vehicle has not got oil flowing through it in 15 seconds, by the time that it has done 250 full cycles, you're in trouble. That engine is on its way out. It's not going to last long. Now, when you have been driving a car that has the proper oil level, the proper coolant level, and all of those things, and you shut that down, very little oil, probably about a half a quart, drains back into the oil pan. All the rest of that oil is still sitting all over the engine the way it's supposed to. So you're not having a situation where you're driving a car weekly and there not being oil throughout that engine or motor. There is a issue that they call a dry start or something like that after a motor has been rebuilt. But on a day-to-day basis, that oil and coolant is all the way filtered through and cycled into your engine. So you really don't have a situation where you need to sit and let a car warm up for 4 or 5 minutes before you drive it. When I start my car 30 degrees, 25 degrees, 20 degrees, which is rare because in my climate it doesn't get under 20 often, I let my car idle settle down. It's normally settled down within 30 seconds. Then I start to drive it passively out of the parking spot down to the street, out of the parking lot. My needle for my tachometer doesn't exceed 1,500 RPMs. The first block or two that I'm driving this vehicle relatively slow. It is not getting over 2,000 RPMs probably for the first couple of minutes. By that time, this engine has went, 4,000 revolutions. If the oil is not flowing through my turbo, through my engine, through my coolant passages, by the time it's going 4,000 revolutions, I'm in trouble. So, I do understand you guys' concern and you're holding on to those old beliefs that you need to drive a vehicle or, sit and let a vehicle idle for all that time. I'm just here to tell you that you don't. It is not necessary. Now, my car is turbo, so what I do is I drive it passively. I probably don't let my RPMs get above 2,000, probably 2,500 before I start to drive it aggressively. All of the vehicles that I purchase and drive for myself are turbo except for my blue one. And I plan on turbocharging it. So when I start that car and start to drive it, I normally don't let the RPMs get above 2,500 until the coolant temperature has reached normal operating temperature. Usually that happens within 2 or 3 miles, within 5 minutes. My coolant temperature has already reached 175 degrees. At that point, I may get on the highway. I may let the RPMs get a little hotter. But under no circumstance, for the first 15, maybe 10 minutes, do I put my foot in it. I want to make sure that that coolant temperature and that oil temperature is at peak operating temperature before I let my RPMs get over 3,000. So I'm not abusing my turbo. I'm not abusing my engine in no fashion by starting it up, letting the idle settle down in 15 seconds, shifting it in reverse, getting out of the parking spot, and driving away. So I again repeat, I have over 300,000 miles on my vehicle, more than 100,000 I put on those myself. I also bought a brand new vehicle. I had over 400,000 miles on it. I know how to take care of a car. I know how to read the owner's manual. So if you have any questions at all, read your owner's manual. I'm even getting comments of people saying that your engine will last longer by letting it sit 5 or 10 minutes idle. That is opposite. Your engine actually wears out when it's functioning in a cold temperature. When you put it in drive, start to drive it passively, you're putting a load on it. That minor load that you're putting on it will cause that temperature to rise quickly. The quicker you get your vehicle to operating temperature, the more efficient it is, the less wear and tear that it experiences, and the better off you'll be. So, I've said it before, and I'll say it again. When you go out to your car in the cold, start it up, let it sit until the idle comes below 1,000 RPMs. Sometimes that may take a minute or two. If that takes a minute or two, fine. Let the car sit until that idle drops under 1,000 RPMs. Once it's under 1,000 RPMs, that's its signal to you that it's okay to drive it passively until the coolant reaches its operating temperature. If for some reason you own a car that doesn't have a coolant temperature, as a rule of thumb, drive it for 5 minutes before you start to drive it normally or more aggressively. If you got any questions, comments, suggestions, statements out of your owner's manual, feel free to post them below. Thanks for watching. If you feel that this information was useful, please like it and share it with your social media friends. You can subscribe to my channel so that you will get notifications of future videos that I post. You can follow me on Twitter, and if you need to contact me directly, please visit my website. And if you have any questions, leave them below, and someone or myself will reply to them. Again, thank you very much for watching.